What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knock 'em Dead Comedy for your event today.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something, or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast Twitch channel. Thanks for joining us. Please subscribe to the Twitch channel, follow it, and, I don't know, share it, and whatever the hell you do with this shit. And, of course, go to the YouTube channel as well. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here. Hugh is here.
Hi.
And Travis Grant is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
Yeah.
Nice to have you guys here. It is Travis's first time here. It's the first time we've actually met, which is weird to me, because you've been hanging around here for a long time.
Yeah, man. I've been here for, as long as I've been doing it, so like 9 years. Man.
Wow.
Yeah, I literally have never met you. I've heard of your name, obviously. So
Right,
You've just
yeah,
been
likewise,
in the same conversational space.
Right.
But no, this is
Yeah,
it.
why do you not go to the holiday parties and shit? Do you not show up for that
Dude,
stuff?
I'm always fucking booked.
Oh.
It's like I'm not trying to be like a boy.
He gets a lot of gigs.
No, I know that. Yeah, you are. You're all over the place.
I think the last 3 years I was booked, the last 3 or 4. And then before that, before that I was like in my 20s, so I was just being an idiot like with my high school friends, which is good that I got that timing because I don't see them anymore. My high school friends, they're all getting married and having kids. So
I know, I hate that. Dude.
I'm at that point. That's literally who I was just texting my friend, and he's just like, I don't ever see the guys anymore. I'm like, yeah, because they got kids.
Right, it's called life.
Yeah,
right.
It's their life. Yeah, so it's like
That's what happened to all my friends: married, kids, mortgage, and you know what happens is they. Maybe they didn't always want to hang out. It's just now they always have that excuse, they just have it in the chamber. And I noticed it with guys at work too. It's just can't work, got my kid. It's just they're fucking Wild West shooting excuses at you. Nope, can't do it. Got my fucking kid. Oh, my wife won't let me. Bow, bow.
There's shit on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, my kid took a fucking shit. It's just they always have that excuse. So it's if the plans aren't good enough, they're gonna use it.
That's why we have kids to use them.
That's what I'm saying.
Child labor, excuses. That's the whole purpose
Child
of kids.
labor, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend now that she's got the one son.
No, she's got 3.
Oh, she's got 3.
3.
That's
yeah.
good. That means that she's not going to ask you for shit.
That's right. Yeah, that's nice.
You're out.
Yeah.
You're out. You're good.
Now, I want to talk more about this because last week when we were signing off, you said, next week I'm going to talk about my sex life.
Oh,
so I want to hear all about that. But before we do that.
I forgot about that.
I didn't forget. You kidding? I'm living through you. Before that, I got a gripe with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're in trouble.
What's that? I'm
Now,
scared.
Now, you're talking about being booked all the time.
Yeah.
You have a booking coming up. What the hell is this 420 thing?
Yeah. No,
you got to stay away from this shit.
You know what? This isn't my first weed show since being clean.
Yeah.
I did Saliani's gig.
Yeah,
out
the
in,
glass
Long
place.
Island Glass. And I was good through that. I was never a pothead, so it's not something that my body even wants.
But it doesn't somehow lead to bigger and better?
No, if I stay away from it, I'm good. But sometimes when you do something and then you're trying to stay clean and sober, it's just for me it's more drinking.
Right, okay.
So it's if I have a couple beers and I realize I just cashed in my fucking clean time, let me go get what I really want, and that's when I spiral out of control. But as far as pot, I just get really paranoid and then just go to sleep. That's all I want.
Dude, I'm not a fucking pot dude. I never was.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I would force myself to do it when I was 15 because everybody else was doing it. I was a freshman in high school.
You had to be cool.
And then everyone was I'm high, but I think it would do something different to me that I was you guys are having a good time. I'm in another world.
Yeah,
now.
same here.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
I'm like that with all medications and everything. I'm not it fucks me up.
Yeah,
in a bad way.
I'll take I was on the road. I was the first week I was in Florida, and we did a pot show, something like that, and they had edibles of all kinds.
Yeah,
I was okay, I like edibles more than I like smoking it.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, I think it's just maybe our bodies just digest it better. I don't fucking know.
I feel
be.
it kind of has if you take an edible, it's almost kind of feels like a painkiller.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, rather than because I always separated drugs into mind drugs and body drugs.
Yeah.
And I was much more of a body drug, like the opiates or the cocaine that would affect your body more than the hallucinogenics and being really stoned and you know.
It's but I do. I don't know. You know what it is I like about edibles? They hit you slow. Where like smoking, you take 3 hits, you're like, whoa, I gotta get my fucking shit together right now. It just hits you in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Where like edibles, it like kind of comes over you. But yeah, even when I was taking edibles in Florida, and it was like, I mean, they're like bitch ass milligram. I was taking like 10, 15 milligrams, like edibles.
Yeah.
These little square things.
You ever see like what Joey Coco Diaz does? Like he takes like 500 milligram edibles.
How do you, like 1,000?
Yeah,
Dude,
he'll take like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh my goodness.
He's a monster,
Dude,
dude.
he's crazy.
Really?
But you know, I feel like when I was in high school, you know, and now I'm dating myself, 2000 to 2004.
Oh no, you're dating yourself.
You know, but I felt like when I would smoke pot in high school, it was like really fun, and I would get giggly, and you know, like you'd have like a really good time. And then I don't like if it got stronger or whatever, but I remember like smoking in college with like my roommates, and like I would just be like, I need to go to sleep right away. Everybody needs to get out of my room. Like it would just turn into like a panic feeling. I don't know if the pot got stronger. Or
I do agree. It seems like I got a 22-year-old son, and I look at them and it affects them differently than say when I was that age. You know, 800 years ago.
I
don't get it.
I think it definitely did get stronger because when I was like religiously smoking, it was like 2005, 6. So it wasn't, you know, that's like same time period. And I stopped because I was doing it a lot, and people were like, $10 you can't not smoke for like a year. And then a year just turned to 2 years, 2 years turned to 3 years. And then just, you know, it went on before I know I haven't smoked in like 6 years. And it was never really,
did you collect the $10?
Yeah, I did.
3 years later.
I think someone just bought me like a 12-pack at a party, and that was it. But and then like you take it now, and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's true.
From what the stoners tell me, though, it's like that the tolerance, like me losing my tolerance from like in high school I would smoke all the time, but in college I was you know, I played college lacrosse,
right?
So I had to worry about the NCAA drug testing too. Right. It was like I didn't want to lose my scholarship over smoking a joint, so I lost like my tolerance, and then I don't think I could handle it as well. You know, I think that was part of it. And it's just like, so I would, you know, like you said, 2-3 hits, and then I would just get stoned off my ass and be like, and start like, I would get like a severe paranoia. And I was just like thinking like, oh my God, everyone knows I'm like wasted. Like, what the fuck? And
you think you're like, what am I even, you think back now, you're like, what am I even worried about?
I know.
Right.
Like
someone looking at you?
Yeah, they were stoned too. You know?
Yeah.
You just talk it up in your head, and like, then I would just want to pass out immediately.
And it's like, out of anything, like I consider, you know, I'm high off weed. Like you're technically still sober. Like I didn't even count that as a drug.
Yeah,
right. It's true.
That's California sober. They call it, you know, and that's what a lot of AA guys do too. Is like when they go to those meetings, it's like, oh, as long as I stay off alcohol, you know, I can keep collecting chips.
Yeah,
but it's like, yeah, but you know, you're also taking the painkillers for your back injury, and you're smoking weed, and you know, that's what they call California sober.
Yeah, you know, I like doing over here, there, you know, like here and there, mushrooms. That's a good.
I did mushrooms once.
Maybe not like just like take a lot, but you know, take like just like a stem or two. It's like a microdose type thing.
That's what everyone's been doing.
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
Huge.
No,
it's
I'm old. I have no idea.
It's huge. Mushrooms are and like exploded in the last like over pandemic. Really, that's when I started doing it.
Really?
Right. A lot of people started. Well, they're experimenting with different types of hallucinogenics. Like I heard even Bill Wilson, who started AA, thought hallucinogenics should be part of the program.
Really?
Because they're experimenting like a lot of like science studies on like how it could help like people with PTSD and depression and anxiety.
Wow.
So what they do is like, you know, when you think of taking mushrooms, you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking take half a bag and like, you know, try to see God,
right?
You know, but rather it's just like you take like a little bit, and people are have been reporting that like their depression kind of goes away. It kind of gives them like that like uptick in the happy chemicals.
So so we're not talking like like Woodstock where the flying around. You're talking like a tiny bit just to kind of normalize.
Yeah. I like finding like a little bit over a microdose, but definitely under like a full trip.
Right.
So you're like a medium dose. You know, so it's like that's a good. But even if you take like a big amount, like I'm not drinking when I'm on shrooms. I just don't want to. Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, you eat healthy. You just, I don't know. It's not Like I've done bad drugs. Like
Yeah.
it's not,
Really? Yeah.
It's not a bad drug. It's not a bad drug. It helps you a lot, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I can work out right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm feeling mentally focused. Like all your thoughts are in line. It's crazy.
I took them once. I went in San Diego, and I was with this Reiki healer that I was friends with from high school, and she's, I was not clean at the time, so I was like drinking a little bit, smoking a little bit, and like I said, I didn't like the pot, but I was trying to get off of the hard stuff. So I was like, whatever I can get, that'll just give me fucking dopamine. And she's like, here, take this. So I took a few. And then, we're like sitting outside. It's just fucking beautiful San Diego. And I just noticed that like the perimeter, she had like a picket fence. Like that just turned into fire. And I'm sitting in like this ring of fire. And she's just like, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read your tarot cards. And I just felt like it was one of the most demonic experiences I've ever had.
Really?
And she's just like, because she starts taking a look at my palm and she's like, oh, your lifeline is very short. And I'm like, what does that mean?
I'm gonna die in this ring of
She's
fire.
like, I'm trying to read my tarot cards, and it's like, oh, in your past life, you were a soldier, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I was like sweating and like like anxious as fuck. I was like, how can this get weirder? It was insane. That was my only like really time hallucinate. I did mushrooms once and DMT once.
I don't even know what that is.
DMT I heard is I've never done it, but I heard it's
What is it? I've never even heard of it.
DMT
I'm
is
such a
like,
nerd.
yeah,
it's like
nerd.
DMT is like if acid took steroids.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it stand for?
Dimethyltryptamine.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Isn't it? It's
Well,
extracted.
tryptophan, right? What that's the stuff in Turkey, tryptophan.
Something like that.
Yeah, dimethyltryptophan.
It's extracted from the human brain.
You can
Right?
find it in a lot of plant matter, but the
Okay.
human brain does make it. It's basically the chemical that comes out while you dream or right before you die.
Who says, okay, yeah, that comes from the brain, so let me take some of this? What?
You know who? Not a nerd. That's who the fuck says that? A tough, cool dude. That's someone on this fucking radio show. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, dude,
It's the truth.
DMT is wild, and they're experimenting with this as well because like people that do DMT all of a sudden want to change their life. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The experience that you get is like I know since I've done DMT, I have not done any other drugs. I haven't had a sip of alcohol, no drugs, and I'm down 60 pounds.
Oh shit!
Wow,
I was gonna say you do. I can see in your face you look thinner.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would say last year at this point I was probably 260 pounds. I'm down to like 205.
You were that big, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit.
I didn't even fucking real. I guess you just wore it well.
Yeah, I think I was hiding it a little bit, but yeah, I was like 260, and
Dude,
now
that's a
I'm down
big
to like
dude.
207.
That's a
208.
big. Ziegler always talks. It's the weird thing that John Ziegler always says. He's like, Hugh, he wears the weight well. I mean, he's got a big frame. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. He's got a big frame, and he wears it well. What, like a lacrosse player? Yeah, big frame. And I was like,
I love Ziegler so much. He was telling a comic the other day that he has a death pool going on in his head that who's going to kill himself first, me or Neil Rubenstein.
oh my god.
Oh, I would go with Rubenstein.
Yeah.
Rubenstein for sure.
Rubenstein's on the edge.
Yeah.
He's got 1 foot off the edge.
But he's been there for a couple of years, though.
Yeah,
so.
he's a professional there.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah, he lives on the edge.
Which is a
Yeah.
rough place to be.
It's a rough place.
He's a great guy to talk to when you're feeling down because he's like the commissioner of feeling down.
Yeah,
And
it's like when you're like sad and you just like meet a starving homeless guy
Yeah.
in Times Square.
yeah. He's I've reached out to him a few times. I was never like his level of sad, but comedy
Yeah.
just beats you fucking down sometimes.
yeah,
and sometimes you just break, like you just can't take it anymore.
Right.
And I just hit him, hey man, and he was just more than nice. about
Yeah,
it.
he's a cool guy. I reached out to him because I thought he was pretty depressed, and I was like, hey man, I'm working overnights. If you ever like lonely on the road, you could talk to me, but I mean, we don't know each other that well, so he never did. But he's definitely like a road warrior, dude.
Oh yeah,
he's
big
always on the
time,
road.
big time.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, look at your fucking dates. What are you even upset about?
I know.
You're at the House of Blues.
I know. He's like opening for
for 3 nights.
bands that I listen to, like Motion City Soundtrack.
Yo,
I was like,
he's like childhood friends. And I'm not saying this is why he gets the gig. He gets the gig because he's fucking good. And
he's hilarious.
But like just by chance, he's like childhood friends or something with Taking Back Sunday.
oh yeah.
Which is why I mean I grew up. Like we listened to them when we were like 2004.
I saw them like last year. Yeah,
I was
still
like,
listen to
like,
them.
yo, introduce me, dude. Like, I want to meet them.
And he used to work in the music industry before he got into comedy.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he
I think
was.
he did.
He was like a roadie of some sort.
Yeah, so it looks like Dana's mad at you for sabotaging.
Yes,
our
I
show.
was just about to mention that. Well, yeah, I mean, you're bringing Hugh in there, Dana, and then even Mo Meltz is doing that show, and she's been sober for 6 years. I don't know what Dana's trying to do. Dana herself has been.
Dana is
Dana clean?
getting sober herself. Yeah,
Yeah, you better be clean,
yeah,
Dana.
she is. She is right now. I saw her at Dork Court on Sunday.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that. She
Yeah.
was in here on Saturday, and she was feisty, man. She was going to fight Will Romero.
Oh yeah, well. I mean, he looks very punchable, to be honest.
Dude, sometimes I think he's gonna punch me. I was at a mic with him. I'm just working new stuff, and I was at a mic with him last night.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like, I think it's just the way. I think I've been talked to by other Spanish people like that, and they usually punch me at the end. He's like, no, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. And I'm just like, and he's getting closer as he talks. I'm like, are you gonna like swing? Like, what's going on with you?
You made him sound like Ricky Ricardo and Lucy.
I always sound like you're talking. You got like a wad of gum in your mouth, dude. And I'm like, listen, that's not a Spanish thing. I think it's a you thing.
Yeah, anytime I do a Spanish accent, I just go straight Scarface. Like, what you want, man?
That's a specific Spanish.
Yeah,
person.
that's it. That's all I got.
I can't think of Scarface without thinking of.
Yeah, Will Romero's like the janitor in Scarface's house. That's what he is. Nah, I love Will.
Yeah, he seems like an angry guy. I don't know him that well.
I love him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Andrew Friender says these two both sound like they're stoned right now.
Hey! I think that's what happens when you do drugs for years and years. You just kind of become that.
Yeah. These are all like residual effects. If I crack my back wrong, I have a flashback. That was the rumor with LSD.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I thought. And
Yeah.
then when I was a kid, I've done it like a handful of times.
Acid.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just like it's long.
Dude, acid is like, it scares me. Like, I know a guy, my friend Brian, he's like, yeah, we used to like hang out at a party, and then like all of a sudden, like, you'd be drinking a beer and all your friends laugh at you, and it's like, my friend put like 6 tabs of acid in my beer.
That's not cool.
I was like, that is like the worst prank.
That's
my
not
goodness.
cool, dude.
It's like, what is the guy's drinking his fucking beer and just like trying to chill out, and then it's just like, haha, you got to call in sick now.
Haha,
What-
you're the next half of your day is going to be.
and
Right.
it's destroyed. See, that's why I like the DMT, because it was like 12 minutes. It felt like 6 hours, but it was 12 minutes. It was over, and I was back to normal.
Yeah.
Like acid is like 8 hours, and some people tell you it's like, no, I was like begging to come down, and it's just like it hits you in like waves.
Yeah, acid just keeps coming.
Yeah.
Like, woo.
Yeah, see, like the mushrooms, I felt like was like maybe 2.5 hours.
Yeah, like 3 tops, like
Yeah.
3, 4, something, tops. That's if you get some good mushrooms.
And the DMT is just like you smoke it, it's like 10 minutes, and then you're just back to normal.
So after 10 or 12 minutes, why does it then? Because you said earlier, it changes your life. So
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. The guy from Tool, I'm actually wearing my Tool hoodie. Maynard.
you're talking about the band Tool?
Yeah,
The main
yeah.
guy's name is Maynard.
Maynard
Ma-
Thompson.
Yeah,
Oh, I had no idea.
Maynard James Keenan.
James Keenan.
Yeah,
Maynard
yeah,
Thompson. Who the fuck
and-
is it? Who is Maynard Thompson?
You weren't even close.
Maynard Michaels, fucking Jackson. Maynard Jackson is what his name is.
Might have been like a cartoon character or something.
Eddie Murphy is
But-
what his name.
He Tool has a lot of like DMT type experience like in their lyrics, and he said it's not really the trip, it's the 10 years later you break down that trip, because it gives you a lot to think about.
Shit.
Like it takes you to a different planet, and it's like if I were to try to explain it, it's like me trying to explain a color that you've never seen.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're trying to explain this shit to like a blind person.
Do you know DeVito? Joe DeVito?
Yes, yeah. I know,
You ever, like-
I know Joe well, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, because he was in here it's actually been a couple of years ago now, where he was in here once telling me about, like licking, like the sweat of a toad or some
Toad,
shit.
yeah.
Is that a real thing?
It's what he was
I
in here
heard
telling
Mike
me.
Tyson talk about
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah. On a
DeVito was
podcast.
telling me the same thing, that it changed his life. It totally changed him, the way he thinks. It totally changed him to the core.
And he's an intelligent guy.
He's a very intelligent guy, but
super intelligent.
he loved it. He loved it and said it changed him for the better.
Yeah,
for the better.
That actually might be a form of DMT, because I know you could get it from like a lot of like plant matter. So if maybe like a frog eats that type of plant matter, or something, and secretes it. I've heard the rumor, like there was like a cartoon or something that did like a whole episode on licking toads or something.
Futurama.
It was Futurama, right? I was gonna say either that or The Simpsons. But yeah, Mike Tyson was talking about it on a podcast, and I think it has like very similar DMT effects. But it kind of goes back to, like, I was watching this show, oh shit, what is it called? Midnight Gospel with Duncan Trussell. Really good comedian. Is one of like Joe Rogan's best friends. He and the first episode he has Dr. Drew on. And
Okay.
Dr. Drew is explaining that there are no such things as good or bad drugs. It's how you use them.
Oh, okay.
And it was interesting as like a member of a 12-step program to like hear it like that. And it's because how these scientists are using this stuff to kind of like experiment with like PTSD and depression and stuff, there's like apparently ketamine therapy for like depression now.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a big thing too.
Yeah, and
I've heard about that.
they're like using all this stuff to help people. So it's like, yeah, Xanax isn't inherently bad. It's like if
Right.
it stops someone from having a panic attack, like that's kind of good. But then you have people like fucking like me or Travis blacking out after 15 beers and taking a Xanax and waking up in a Walmart covered in blood.
Xanax, I never took Xanax. So in high school, I think I took it, I drank on it. I took it and drank 3 times. And that's when I realized I was like, you're not chemically made up
Right.
for this drug.
Yeah.
I remember one of the times I got my fucking ass kicked and I didn't remember the fight or how it started. Like I woke up, and I checked my AIM. That's how long of old of a story this is.
Yeah.
Like you check your AIM messages,
Yeah.
like the instant message.
Yeah.
And I went on and I had a message from this guy, Brian Whitty. And he was like, first I woke up, I had lumps like all over my head. And I was like, the fuck happened? And like my face looked like it had been like scratched. And, it was
Yeah.
like just, I looked fucked up.
Right.
And I was like, the fuck happened? And I went on my AIM message and this kid, Brian Whitty, was like, you all right? And I was like, I mean, it looks like I got my ass kicked. He's like, yeah, I kicked your ass. And I was like, what happened? And he's like, well, we were at so-and-so Sweet 16 and they had a sandwich display in the front. And you were just bombing sandwiches at everybody who walked in. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I walked in, you hit me in the face with a full turkey sub. And then like I let it slide. And then we were playing beer pong like later on, and you just kept talking shit. And I was like, "You want to fucking go?" And then we went to like a schoolyard like near.
Oh my
And I hit
god.
up my friends like, "Did I fight Brian Whitty last night?" They were like, "Yeah, you fucking lost. You got your ass
Dude,
kicked."
it's so hard to picture you getting your ass kicked. You're
That's
a
how-
fucking black belt now.
Yeah, I am. But like, the fucking, I was always a wrestler too.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. But like, not on Xanax. You're not. Like,
I don't care if I got my ass kicked. I got you in the face with a turkey sub,
Yeah,
man. That's how
yeah.
I'm looking
I wish
at
I
this.
remembered that part.
I
like,
know.
That
at
sounds
least
pretty
something.
hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Xanax like is kind of like you just hit like the fast forward button on your life.
It's so
you
bad.
like time travel.
It's because it's like you don't even there's not even like a blurry memory. Like
No,
it's gone.
Yeah, you turn
Like,
a bad memory into a no memory.
It's like
This freaks me out. This is why I'm a nerd, because
Yeah.
this shit freaks me out.
And the thing with Xanax is like it's prescribed. Like
Right.
that's a good drug in the eyes of like the drug industry. It's like,
Right.
brother, no, it is not.
I
Right.
know.
No, it is fucking not.
So
It
where
is
did
dangerous.
so with the 12 step, I mean, you're talking about, yeah, they're trying to
give these drugs out, but doesn't religion come into play with this or no? Well, I know there's different types of 12-step, different types of sober programs, I should say.
Yeah, the anonymous ones, there's not really religion, like they mention the word God, but it's really, you have to find a higher power.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily.
Oh, the higher power doesn't necessarily mean God.
No, it's
right.
it's a spiritual, not religious program.
Okay.
So it's whatever you believe in. So but you kind of need a higher power to have some kind of faith in something greater than yourself. And it's suggested that it's loving and caring. Like some people, struggle with that concept. Like, me, I had a lot of issues with God. But it kind of turned into like, oh, well, I know gravity exists. That's a power greater than myself.
Praise be to gravity.
Yeah, and some people like make metaphors for themselves. They're like, oh, I used the Force from Star Wars.
Oh.
And like there's like a light side and a dark side. And, some people do that. And the best explanation I heard for it is like, if you don't believe in a power greater than yourself, go to the beach, get waist deep in water, and try to stop a wave.
Yeah, try that shit.
Yeah, so there are these things out there that are just greater than yourself. So some people are like, oh, the universe, and you don't have to believe in like a specific type of God or religion to get clean. And that God word, like in the steps, throws a lot of people off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's I think just the overall thought of just believing in something bigger than yourself, like it's humbling. So
Yes.
I think like that's where most human beings do most of their best work. Like when you're
Sure.
humbled and you're like, because if you're just walking around like, I am this,
Right.
I am that, like you're gonna fuck up.
Absolutely.
Some point you're gonna fuck up because you think you're unstoppable,
Right.
And you're not. And that's why they say like, okay, you think you can stop a wave because fucking, which is pretty wild. Like if the ocean wants to swallow your house, it'll swallow your
man,
fucking house,
exactly.
Right.
like that.
Just
Like,
talk to Long Beach after Sandy. Yeah.
I remember I was in college when that happened, and I came. So I was like, first of all, I was upstate in Syracuse. People were like, "Is the storm gonna come here?" I'm like, "The fuck up! Like, you're in fucking Syracuse."
It's like, I'm worried about my family right now.
Dude, there'd be like a gust of wind. They'd be like, "It's here," and I'm just like,
Oh my
"You're in
God.
Syracuse, New York."
The waves are going to climb the Catskills.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking make it miles.
We can only hope.
Yeah, fucking wipe that Western shit pocket out of here. Not good. I had a good time, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. But I remember people's like, my friend had like I remember at the time like 350Z was still kind of like a cool car.
Yeah.
What is it? Nissan?
Nissan, I think, yeah.
It was like a cool. It was in like Fast and the Furious movies.
Right.
And yeah, it was. He like loved it, and it was like the next morning he was out in the middle of the sea.
Oh.
Like it was
my
just
God.
like because he lived on the water, and
Right.
it was he could like see it out in the middle of the canal, just dunk.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole new sandbar. So it was like on a sandbar, but like probably flooded. And I was like,
Right.
well, that
Oh my God.
sucked. He was kind of a douchebag, so I didn't really care.
Yeah, fuck your car, man.
You're driving a 350Z.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Any of those Fast and Furious cars, like, what were they driving? Like the Toyota Supras or something?
That was the Nissan Skyline.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was Paul Walker's car.
They had all these like 4-cylinder fucking cars,
yeah.
and everybody was buying them and speeding around. But yeah, I got lucky in Sandy because I'm Levittown. So it's
Right.
like we're kind of like almost like middle of the island.
If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, Hicksville and Levittown are the highest points of Long Island.
Yeah,
I think.
You
think,
could be
yeah.
right. And the only thing that happened is we lost my house, particular, like lost power for 14 days. Like that was the
right.
rough part. But yeah, dude, like these oceanfront property, man. There's like the plot to that Superman movie. You just like. Whatever is like just inside of Long Beach, I want to buy property in for like
Right.
the next one. You
Yep.
know, just when it goes under fucking water.
They're nice, but it's like, yeah, when shit hits the fan, you're the first one to go.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, and flood insurance is just like so much money.
We,
It's crazy.
I remember like, maybe it was like senior year in high school. I started hanging out with people from like Kennedy because my friend group broke
Oh,
up,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And one of the kids lived on the water, like gorgeous house. And we would have these like fucking on the water parties, and it was like everybody's like eating ecstasy. We were like 18, and it was like we were just looking around like, oh, look at this. And like he was he had like one of those like families that like didn't give a shit about him. Like the dad made a lot of money, so he was never around. The mom was just like cheating on the dad.
I was always jealous of those kids.
Yeah, dude. Man, I wish my parents sucked.
I was like, oh man, this guy gets to hang out till 2 a.m. What the fuck?
Dude, we would keep that with 6 a.m, be like, call some people, call some girls, get it all started again. And I was like, after like 3 days or 2 days, I was like, dude, where's your parents? Like, I don't know. My mom's on the jet ski with fucking Ron. My dad's in the city again. And I was like,
Jet ski with Ron.
I was like, yeah, it's sad, but well, thank God.
See, I did ecstasy a couple of times. I remember someone gave me some, and I tried swallowing it, and then like I chased it, like knocked it back with like a glass of scotch, and they're like, "Whoa, calm down,"
that's a hard send.
Yeah, they're like, you're supposed to like drink water, and I was like, "Don't tell me how to do drugs, you fucking sissy." Are you kidding me? I'm a pro at drugs.
I remember. Did you ever have like a hot drug dealer?
Oh yeah.
That's a weird situation because you'll call her at 9 in the morning and you're like, I hope I look good. Yeah. And you're like, don't you look like shit. What are you talking about? Like, get an ugly drug dealer. Get a man.
Yeah. Those are more important because then like I because it's kind of like one of those like really insane people that like falls in love with their therapist. Yeah. I'm like trying to take her out on a date and shit.
That's exactly what it is.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's what I was doing. And it's, like eventually I felt like I was just like banging her for free pills and stuff. It's not a good look, man.
Oh man, dude, that's so funny. That's exactly it. My chick's name was Ariel, and she had a boyfriend in prison. And I remember he came home once, and like I was picked, and like one time, like I had my shit together for like 2 weeks, so I was looking like better.
Yeah.
And I got all dressed up, and I was like, Ariel, and then he answered the phone.
Oh.
He's like, Ariel, get outside. She's like, just you go give him the shit. And he came out, and he was this big fucking dude.
Yeah.
He was like 6'7", like ripped at 6'7". I was like, what's up, man? He's like, you Trav, right? And I'm like, oh, what the fuck did you say to him about me?
Yeah.
And he's like, good people, right? And I was like, yeah, dude, I fucking number one customer.
So you fucked him instead?
Yeah, I fucked him instead. Ah, you big freak, pull your cock out. Don't make me ask again. Okay? Things about to get real rough in here.
Yeah, dude, it sounds like a rape blowjob.
Damn it, dude! I was thinking about writing a joke about like being attracted to your drug dealer.
Yeah.
I don't even want to take that punchline though. That was so good.
That was good, man.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to have you sign off on it.
Yeah.
Because that was too good. I feel like I'm stealing it though.
Dude, because it's like I did both. Like I did that with my drug dealer, and then there was like a therapist I had. I like bought her flowers one time.
Like after a breakthrough session.
Yeah, I had him like delivered to work. Like, guess who? Like, Hugh, this is court ordered. You need to take it seriously.
Oh, how many times do you think that happens? Probably. If you're a good-looking woman,
often, yeah.
If you're good looking or a good looking man,
yeah.
If you're a good looking person, like you're young, you're like, I don't know, 30, 35, and you're like a new therapist, and you have like 2 good breakthroughs. Because it's like you're dealing with them at their most vulnerable state,
right?
And it's like a lot of these people kind of have nothing going on, and they're just like, you, 100%. Like that's
absolutely right, man.
You just got to not be scum.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like weird emotional stuff that goes into those sessions, but like then you just like you forget that if they weren't being paid, they wouldn't be there. At all.
But at least you have a head on your shoulders to realize that. Like some people are like, no, it would still happen.
Yeah, I could see it happening. Like especially like almost maybe even like with like an older guy and like a girl with daddy issues.
More, for sure.
But like for me personally, I find it like easier to I'm not in therapy anymore, but like it was always easier like opening up to a girl.
Yeah.
Like I was just if there was like a guy like, oh, tell me how you feel. I'm like, tell me how you feel, you fucking gay boy.
Really? I feel like with a dude, I've only had dude therapists.
Yeah.
And then I had a chick, but I think
Yeah, get yourself a hot therapist, man.
I feel like I would try to fuck her though.
I mean, hands down, you got to shoot your shot.
I would be like, I'm gonna, and I'd be like, I'm gonna look good for her. I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna wear a tank top. And hey, what's up? She's gonna be like, it's fucking January. I'd be like, hey, I just get back from the gym.
Start doing like casual like stretch flexing.
Yeah, like in the elevator, like, she's gonna notice me today. It's gonna be my big shot. Dude, it's like from what movie was it? Leonardo DiCaprio, he bangs his The Departed.
Oh, The Departed,
And his therapist is fucking Vera Farmiga, which is like
so good looking.
Dude, I'd be like, if you were you can call me a bad like a misogynist, you call me whatever you want. If your therapist looks like Vera Farmiga, and that thought doesn't go through your head, well then I don't know, man. Like,
you're at least bi-curious.
Yeah, I was thinking Sopranos. Tony Soprano with
that too. She was good looking
Lorraine
too.
Bracco. Yeah,
she's good looking too.
And she got that voice.
Yeah, that scene from The Departed is so good though, where they're playing Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb.
Right.
Yes.
It's such a good fucking scene.
It's crazy because like Leo now, like he's not even that good looking of a dude. He just kind of looks like a regular guy,
right.
But he's fucking Leo. So it's
dude, the guy's been famous for like 40 years.
That's a crazy thing.
Thinking how young he was when he started. So like, someone had like a good status, like I think it was Lori Palmentari. I was like talking about him like with his new girlfriend, and it's like he doesn't have to be good at sex.
No, he could lay there like a lump of shit.
Yeah, because he's fucking Leo and he's been famous forever. So it's just like she was like saying like how she doesn't think he's like a good lay, but it's just like he's gonna get laid anyway.
Like cool, yeah. It doesn't feel good when you're on top, but if you're looking at an Oscar, it's like I'm doing something right.
Or his wallet.
It's like the old joke, like ugly girls try harder and better, because they like have to.
And they're more fun to hang out with.
Yeah, it's usually a personality there. Like, Leo could have zero personality. He's still going to get fucking laid because he's Leo.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Titanic.
Yeah, dude, for real. Can you be Titanic, Leo, please? It is crazy, though. It's so funny how much that, like, when you're in like high school or college, you're like a douche. You're like, good looking.
Right.
But like, you're like a 7, but you got a great personality. Like that's super attractive.
Absolutely right.
Because you're just like, dude, that matters more.
Yeah, in the long run, especially when like the looks fade. If you you're planning on that long-term relationship, it's like when you're 50, it's like
it's even funnier when you see like a good-looking 50-year-old woman, like she's real good-looking, and you're like, how fucking nuts are you?
Oh yeah, hands down, like
probably crazy.
Jennifer Aniston,
Yeah, like for you to look good, like that good, like smoking at 50. Also, like it's just like there's a place. What the fuck is the name? It's in Merrick. It's whatever. It's a Mia Posto. Mia Posto in Merrick, and like every Friday's topping. But it's with like older women, and they all look phenomenal. But I'm just like, you guys are probably all loons.
But loons are fun.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, that's what you need.
I'm going to Texas at the end of this month for a week. I just booked a bunch of stuff, and I'm my.
Are you going to Comedy Mecca, Austin?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there, and then I'm going back in June.
That's awesome,
June is for East Austin Comedy Club. But whatever, so I'm there, and hotels get expensive. So actually, this first week, I set up a bunch of stuff of like people whose houses I'm going to sleep at, and my ex from college, I haven't talked to her in years.
Yeah.
So me and her, we broke up in college. And then she was trying to like make it work, but like I just could never see her for something, that she was, like she just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I was like, listen, it's just never going to happen. And she got mad and she got engaged to my friend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My friend hit me up, like a friend who I do like jujitsu with at the time. And he's just like, hey, listen, I'm going to ask Allie to marry me, this and that. I just want to know are you okay with it? And his dad just had a heart attack at the time. I'm like, let me tell you something. If it makes you happy, if it makes you good, go do it.
Yeah.
Be with God. But like, also, stay away from the family because that'll. I actually gave him legit tips.
Sure.
Didn't hear from her for like 8 years. Then she hits me up like pretty recently. And she's like, "Hey, what's up? So you still doing that comedy thing?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like,
"I love when they say that.
Yeah.
You're still doing that old comedy thing."
Yeah. She's like, "Well, if you ever have shows in Houston, like hit me up." And I was like, "Well, aren't you? You want to come to the show?" And she's like, "Yeah, you can stay over the house." And I was like, well, aren't you invited to engaged to that's how little it matters to me. Invested, fart. And I was like, aren't you engaged to Gutierrez? And she's like, oh yeah, he moved out. And I was like, well, that's cool, but there's still a ring on your finger. Like, so what's going on with that? And she's like, about those shows. And I was like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll let you know. And like, just by chance, like 3 months later, I ran into a bunch of people from Texas and made a bunch of connections, and I set shit up.
Yeah.
And I hit her up. I was like, hey, listen, like, that offer still stands. So I'm definitely going to go over there and stay at her house. And
Free room and board.
goodness.
You might just have to, work for it.
She looks fantastic. Dude.
Oh.
She's a gymnast.
Oh.
So she's just like a crazy person. So she just stays like absolutely by inch, like kept up with herself.
Are you still in touch with Gutierrez?
No, I don't know what happened to him.
So, okay.
I don't know what happened to him.
All right. So
probably
it's all fair game.
A fucking shallow grave in outside of Austin.
Yeah, I mean, she killed him. Imagine.
Yeah, are you gonna go say hi to Dom LaMarca?
Yeah, I'm staying. He said I could stay at his house, so
awesome.
I'm actually gonna send out some texts right now to the people because I was gonna go in March, but they had the South by Southwest festival.
Oh, right.
So it was so pretty much it was like, I mean, I'm not gonna say all Texas shut down, but it was making it very difficult to book shows.
Yeah.
And so I just hit up all the people I was in contact with, and I was like, hey, listen, I know I totally forgot, I'm an idiot. Let's just let your festival just pass by. And then I'll hit you guys up early April, and we'll get something set up for maybe end of April or early May.
Nice,
and they were
that's
and they were
awesome, dude.
more than cool about it. They were like, "Yeah, absolutely, hit us up."
Wow.
So I'm gonna send some texts out and just kind of playing around it.
Yeah.
So you're like, you book yourself all over the place. You're on the road a lot.
Yeah,
Wow,
I played the
man.
past. I would say, I mean, I always went on the road, but I feel like pandemic is when I really started going on the road because New York was shit. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
New York, it was.
Well, that's why everyone went to Texas to begin with.
Yeah.
They were like fucking L.A. and
Tennessee
New York,
became like a big thing for me. Florida,
They were
so-
like a real loose with the quarantine shit.
Yeah, the only place in the East Coast that I remember that was, loose was Jersey. Jersey didn't give a fuck.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
maybe not shows, but like, I mean, they were running a mic. They were running like a circulation of mics, and I was, but no traffic on the road, so it was
Right.
like
Yeah.
it wasn't even a drive. I mean, you can get to Jersey, like,
Oh,
like Elizabeth, New Jersey. You can get there in an hour.
Yep.
With no traffic. I'm talking like 2020, no
COVID
traffic.
was nuts.
Dude, I got to the city. When it started to come back, I got to the city in like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
From Nassau County.
Yeah, I went from
Boom.
Levittown, because I was in Brooklyn for my last job, was Levittown to Fort Greene, Brooklyn in 28 minutes.
That's
No traffic,
that's
and
amazing.
not even really going that fucking fast.
Yeah,
you
I was
know?
going like 65.
Yeah.
But and I just remember like, we would just go to and from Jersey for like 6 months, and that's just like what it fucking was.
Yeah.
And
It was a beautiful thing, and it made me spoiled because then like when everything opened back up, and then I'm driving to Brooklyn, and it took me like an hour and a half. I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck, like.
it's it was great though because Long Island came second. Stephen Perillo like ran that whole. He was the only beating heart of comedy.
Oh,
he
yeah.
kept it alive.
He was
man.
he was literally the only heartbeat of Long Island comedy.
Yeah.
Or pretty much like New York comedy for the most part.
Yeah.
And I can never thank him enough for that because
yeah.
the thing we had, I mean, we had Ziggy's, and then we
Right.
had fuck was the other place? One Eye Jack's.
What? Yeah.
But then it would be
Turned into nostalgia.
yeah.
I think you remember Revolution in
Yes,
Amityville?
yes.
I think that's the owner of Revolution actually bought Nostalgia.
Did he?
I think that's his place now.
Cool.
This guy Tom, he's a
Oh,
pretty cool
is he
guy.
like a young dude? He's like kind of like an emo.
Yeah, emo dude.
Yeah. Still rocking the emo in 2023. I was like, good for you. But and I just remember like we had this whole little system, and then we would have like a lookout because you know how they would send those like pandemic like
Yes.
the COVID like, hey, is everybody following their rules and regulations?
Yeah.
And we had like a lookout for like each of those people. It was cool. It was like this like underground comedy scene, but
speakeasy type shit.
Right.
yeah, but people came the fuck out because there was no
Nothing
other
else
type of
going
live
on.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Period. Like
Right.
my friends, they're all hippies, so they love live music, and I was like, listen, I'm not a musician, but I'm a comedian, and that's when I first started hanging out with them. And then so they would bring like, dude, the Ziggy shows would be fucking packed, like shoulder to shoulder.
Wow.
And we would just be rocking out, and it would just get so loud. I mean, you could hear it like from the outside, just like busting the walls. And it was just like, it was a really cool thing to be like a part of. It was.
That's great.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know,
because I shut down during the pandemic. I was trying my hand at fucking Zoom comedy.
I did one of those.
Oh, I did like 4 or 5. It
Yeah.
was brutal.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. It was like a weird like job interview.
I actually did one like I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I was trying to this festival. It's called Like to Laugh. And there was like 60 people on a fucking Zoom, and you know I was like auditioning kind of for like their festival or whatever. And it was during the black eye era,
Right, yeah.
So I had the black eye, and I'm trying to do like my set, and I didn't realize like how much I almost rely on an audience like in my set, man. And I'm like talking, and then like, you know, there's a couple things that I kind of act out, and I'm like trying to do it from like my couch at home. Dude, it's just so awkward.
I feel like it's weird for sure, but it didn't like, I've only done one of them. It was like a storytelling show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I talk to myself all day every day.
Yo,
so it's like,
yeah.
like out loud, like a
Yo,
lunatic.
me too, man.
You know it's funny, like when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
When
you
I was
don't
like,
talk to yourself out loud?
Out loud? No.
I have full blown
really?
conversations.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's getting bad now because now
You getting into fights?
well, no, now I'm older. Like the older you get, the like less you give a fuck about anything.
Well, yeah, right.
So it's like when I was 20, like I had this like way about myself, like, oh, people look at, you know, maybe just do it in the car.
Yeah.
Now I'm like at the gym, like, hey, you know what I'm talking about, and, like, and people just like this lunatic, just like on flat bench. We were just like, what is this guy doing?
Like it's weird too. Like the worst part is when like the third personality comes out. It's just like you're talking to two different people. But I start like talking to myself, like, "Come on, buddy," you know. I have like a pet name for myself, and I'm like, "All right."
But it's funny, but like it flexes this talking muscle in your thing. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like it definitely I accredit it to being, you know, I'm good on stage. I'm not saying that, but I'm just like, it's like I'm more comfortable, and I think it's because of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you're always fucking talking. You're always talking. So it's like, you know, like those weird points in those shows where it's just this lull because there's no audience. You're just like, that's fine. This is fucking whatever.
Yeah.
I fucking hear this whole time. There's no problem.
Wow.
That's crazy. The Zoom shows, man. Those were.
Yeah, no, I don't like them. And then like they emailed me and was like, all right, we had a couple people drop out, and like I saw I didn't make it, but like Helene Witt did, and I was like, I don't want to be part of your thing anymore. I don't.
It's funny. It's funny. Hey, we had a couple people drop out or just didn't turn on their computer, and
I was just like,
or they're just in the shower right now.
I told him straight up. I was like, you know, listen, I don't want to pass at something because someone canceled. Like, I want to do it by my own merit. Like, I'm not begging to do your fucking Zoom festival.
Helene Witt will be in here April 21st, by the way.
Is she really? I have no idea who she is. But
you don't know her?
Yeah.
No,
She's a trip, man.
She's a nice woman.
Absolutely.
What I want to ask you is, how'd you get your black eye?
Oh, it was stupid. I tripped and fell at work,
I
and now
thought
I
that was-
really I'm mad that I fucking didn't like file like an OSHA complaint.
Yeah, now, absolutely right.
You know, like I should
hurt.
have spent my last like 2 weeks just fucking taking pictures around like all the safety violations and just like stuck it to this guy.
Get a comp case because of your black eye.
You know what's funny about a black eye? Like I remember like in high school, if I got a black eye, I'll be like, oh, this looks badass. Like, chicks are gonna want to fuck me. And but then you get it like when you're in your mid-20s and you're like, I look like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I look like a lunatic.
And now I'm mid-30s. It's like people are asking me if I'm having problems at home.
I remember I was like, your dad's still kicking your ass. What are you doing? I remember like it was like years ago. I was hosting for Laughing Buddha, and so they have you host like 2 shows, 3 shows a week, whatever the fuck they're doing.
Right.
And I got into I do jujitsu, so I was going against my friend Todd. Todd's like a big fire engine of a man.
Yeah.
And we just like shot at the same time, like full blast. And his head just met my fucking eye.
Oh.
And my whole, like, it was like midnight blue.
Yeah.
And I had a concussion because I got on stage and I couldn't think. Like, I couldn't, like, I was like, my words were just floating around. I was like,
wow.
And I was like, all right, guys, I'm just going to, like, start the show. And then, like, I went to Jeff Lawrence. I was like, hey, listen, man, like, I think I have a concussion. He's like, yeah, I think you fucking do. He's like, your face looks rocked. And I was like, can I just kind of like, I can't really do the set up top. Can I just, host the show? And he was very nice about it. A very nice guy, Jeff Lawrence.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He moved away, right? Didn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah, because I saw his Instagram or something. He looks like he's been doing a lot of traveling, but he used to book a lot of shows.
Yeah, and he's. I remember someone before that was 2018. Someone started a rumor that he was dead, and everybody believed it. He's like, Jeff Lawrence died in a bike accident. And then everyone was like, "Oh, R.I.P." And then he's an older guy, so I guess he doesn't really sign on Facebook that much.
Yeah.
And he came on it. There's 4 weeks, and he's like, "Guys, I'm not dead."
I saw the reverse of that happen the other day. I saw people were commenting "Happy Birthday" on this. Remember Doug Hildeman? Did you guys know Doug? He was a Long Island comedian. He moved away and he passed away, fairly recently. But people were like, "Happy birthday! I hope you have a great day."
He's alive and well.
I'm like, the guy's been dead for 3 years. He hasn't had a day. It's not even he can have a good day.
He can have no day.
Yeah.
I've seen him. He was in the woods. He's hiding out in the woods.
He's Jeff Lawrence.
Yeah. And it was actually, to his credit, Mark David Hirschman was one of the only people that were just miss you, buddy. He actually wrote a good, post for that. But I was everybody else is hope you have a blast.
That reminds me. I mentioned to Hirschman, because you were saying that they're trying to get you on Hershey and the Keegs.
Yeah, we have a date set now.
Yeah, all right, that's what he was telling me.
Yeah.
Is it April 18th or something?
April 18th, I will be on the Hershey and the Keegs.
Very nice. It's about time.
I know. Well
Those
earned,
sons of bitches.
Think.
Oh, absolutely. Those prick bastards. Yeah, they're on tonight at 9 o'clock, by the way. Right.
What, here?
Yeah, they do their show here.
Nice,
Hirschman
nice.
and Keegan. This is right here, Hershey and the Keegs.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going, I'll fucking...
Yeah.
I gotta fucking be a gay wrestling coach till 8. But no. Sure.
It's not tonight.
It's not tonight. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
April
the 18th,
18th.
right? Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah,
That works.
2 weeks or something.
So something I do with a lot of people, especially when they come in the first time, I look at your Facebook and I look at mutual friends. So I put down some names.
Oh boy.
I'm just going to rattle them off. You say whatever you want. You don't have to say anything at all. Whatever you want. Well, actually, Perillo's the first one.
Fucking hate that guy. No, he's honestly one of my first friends in comedy. It's hilarious because, I am whatever I am, and he's a goth, and it's just it's the funniest friendship ever. Yeah. I remember one time we were years ago. I had people over at my parents' house, and it was me and my sister had a joint party. She was in a sorority at the time. And I was on set filming this thing, and I just told people, hey, listen, I'm filming something all morning, but you'll come over the house at 2. And nobody comes over at 2. Everyone,
right.
I was people are going to start showing up at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So I'm getting off set, and I'm coming home, and my sister's like, hey, one of your friends is here? And I was like, it's 2 on the dot. I was like, who's there? She's like, I don't know, but he's in a cloak.
You knew who was immediately.
I was like, oh, it's fucking Perillo, dude. I'm speeding home because I know what weird situation this is. I get home, there's all these frat dudes playing Pong, just blasting house music. He's just with his hands in his pockets in a cloak in July, just and I'm like, Steven, come on, get in here, all right? And then other comics showed up, but I was like, that must have been a strange hour.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Steve gets there early. I went to Tony Landolfi's end of the summer bash, and it was just
I missed that. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I was actually booked at a vineyard, so I popped in just real quick to say what's up, and then I went to the show and then came back later. But usually all the comics come after their shows, Yeah. And it was just Perillo was there on a date at 4 p.m.
He brought a date because he told me, he's like, what about this girl? what about girls tell me that I'm the biggest guy that they've been with. I'm just what the fuck?
See, it's funny because if you do a good Perillo impression, he kind of sounds like the Heath Ledger Joker.
He would love that.
Oh, yeah.
He would love that.
It does sound like that. You're absolutely right.
He's such a good. He's a kind-hearted soul, and I love the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's a great dude, man.
Andrew Fremder.
I don't know who that is.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, he's watching.
He's watching right now, so fuck him.
Sorry, Andrew.
Fuck him.
Let's fucking hit me up. Let's hang out.
Dan Miller.
Is he a dark-haired fella?
Yes.
Is he
He's a merit
mentally-
guy.
Is he mentally challenged?
Yes.
He is. He's cool. I went to high school with him.
Oh, okay.
I remember years ago I was doing Kathy Arnold's show and he was front row and I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
when you see something from your past.
Yeah, all the mentally challenged people go to Kathy Arnold's show.
It's true though. They do. They love her.
That's her target demographic.
Andrew, I'm sorry. Also, I may just be running a blank on your name. If I saw your face,
don't worry about
I'm better
it.
with faces.
Oh,
Andrew.
yeah, don't worry about offending.
So you went to school with Dan. So you know Dom also? Dom DeBarry.
Again.
No,
better,
I'd have to
better,
show you-
better with faces.
I'll have to show you his face. Let's see. Felix. Chef Felix. Chef Felix. What the hell's his last name?
Johnny Red, Chef Johnny Red,
No. Felix. All right, never mind.
chef.
Yeah, he's a chef. All right, never mind. Rick Ginsburg. Nikki Ginsburg.
Nikki Ginsburg. Does he produce shows in the city?
Oh, I don't know. Does he? He is a comedian.
There's an Andrew Ginsburg, and I'm doing a show next week. There's two Ginsburgs.
Yeah, no,
They're
Nikki's around here. He was in the service last summer.
Damn, this is making me look real bad.
All right, Rick Beck. All right, Scott Pepicuri.
I'm losing Facebook followers. You hurt my career.
Not
right
even
now.
Pepicuri? No, he's a comedian. He's down in Florida now. He used to be a Long Island guy.
So you know what? I was at. Yes, we probably met.
Yeah.
Again. Better with faces.
He was on MTV back in like the 90s.
Yeah,
and
I've
shit.
heard that.
Oh no, I know. Super. Does he have gray hair?
I haven't seen him in years, but probably. I mean,
Yeah,
he's in his 50s.
He's like, he keeps up with himself. He's like kind of in shape. You know what I mean? He's like.
Oh, is he?
He's a good-looking fella.
When he's in shape. I've seen him out of shape. I've seen him in shape. So
I think
I'm
I
not
He's
really
not your type, Tony?
No. Well, speaking of fighting, yeah, he used to kick. He's a big comedian, but he used to. I've known him since we were little kids. He used to bully my ass all the time.
Oh, wow.
But he was short. But man, he could fucking.
He's
move.
he's like 5'6".
Probably around there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I know. Yeah, I've met him. He's actually just down here recently. Not
was he?
Long Island, but just like New York.
Oh yeah.
And I was gonna reach out to him, but he was already on his plane back.
All right, this name you know, Will Sharon.
Yes.
There you go.
Love Will. Will's a
Yeah,
great guy.
Will's a good
Will's the
dude.
best.
Will's a
man.
dude. Will's a sweetheart.
Absolutely.
Sweetheart man. Man.
All
Sweetheart
right.
man.
So it's 12 noon. We got a half hour left. It is time. We do this on Tuesdays. We do Tuesday trivia. I know it's hacky, but they love it. They,
Yeah, no,
they like to
trivia's
play.
fun.
You've gotten into it too, yeah. Fat Jay, he enjoys coming in here on Tuesdays and playing, but I don't know where he is.
Oh, you know he's gonna come in hot next time too, and be like, Tony fucking messages me and expects me to come down.
And I did. I tagged him this morning,
Yeah.
and he still didn't show up. But yeah, he'll complain. and his ears must be ringing because every time I complain about him or talk shit about him, he seems to know about it.
Yeah. He probably watches under like a secret account.
Yeah.
Like a burner account, No one knows his
Sketch.
name.
Sketch ball.
I feel like a lot of people do that, Like that's why I made my Twitch name is just Hugh Murray, because like everybody else goes on like Dork Court and they start ripping on you, and then it's just like, oh, who is that?
Be a man. Be a
Yeah, I'm
man.
like, so when they read out my comments, it's like, yeah, Hugh Murray thinks you're a gay retard. Like the other day, not this one, but the one before I was on. I think there were like 3 John Buteras in the chat.
I see that. I believe.
Yeah, people were just like, it was definitely like identity fraud, But there was like 3 different people all pretending to be John Butera.
They're you just met them, the Staten Island guys.
Yeah.
So,
They were a lot of fun.
Yeah, like Greg and Rob. I'm sure. I think everyone in the comedy scene knows by now. But
Yeah.
they have like 20 burner accounts.
Oh, really?
And they're the
Shit.
most ridiculous. But like they're all like they have like an inner working system of friends. Like they're all friends with each other, and they're all like partially related. Like they give them characters and names.
Oh my god.
And they hit up people like slimy the real slimy bringers.
Yeah,
And they're just
yeah.
like I'd like to bring 16 people to your show. Like, and people are like, who is this?
Yeah, these are 2 brothers. They go up on stage together, and
really?
they were very funny. They actually
Yeah.
hosted the show.
Oh wow.
I had him. I booked him over here, but for Perillo's one of his last things.
Yeah.
And I booked them, and but they're hilarious.
Yeah. Before I
real
get to
funny.
trivia, how did that go on Sunday?
A door court. It was fun. I was the guest host,
Right.
So I wasn't planning on going on stage. But a lot less people showed up. Miguel was trying to switch the format to basically anyone who shows up can go on stage.
Oh, wow.
So the first one that they did, which was like the live debut, I expected there to be more people, but like just in total, just like checking it out. But this one only had about 7 comics that went on stage. It was the first one where Miguel actually did a set that I was aware of. I'm sure he's done it. This was the 10th one.
Right.
But, the last one they did live, the guest host and Miguel didn't do a set. Drew always does one. He always bites the bullet for everybody.
Right.
But, oh, God, they fucking were ripping me apart.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, they get nasty, man.
Yeah, they do.
So now, what's the format? Like people actually, is it a place that people actually go and watch in person?
Well, it used to be at like various houses and apartments.
Okay.
And then last month, they started doing them the first Sunday of the month at Alibi.
Okay.
And they're streaming it live on Twitch. And so this was the second month that they started doing that. So then you just like, whoever does their set, the chat just goes wild on them. They usually have between like 50 and 100 people in the chat.
Yeah.
And like they pick out your insecurities.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It is brutal sometimes.
That's one thing, going back to pandemic real quick. That was one thing that I loved about pandemic, because it was like there were so many house party shows. And it's like, for guys like you and me, I don't know who you were growing up, but you seem like a cool guy. It was like, that's how you, we became comedians, is like, you're always in house parties, entertaining like groups of people, and you just kind of become that guy. And it was just, like to come back, to see things go full circle. And we're like, oh, this is like, I'm in my element right now.
Yeah.
Like, I am fine. I'm what those shows that Renee Fuentes was running.
Yeah.
And it was, and dude, like it was basically a gigantic house party with a huge stage. And I was like, this is fucking, we're home.
Yeah.
We're home.
We need more pandemics.
Renee's studio. Those were some fun
Huntington
shows.
or some shit,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. When he was out on Long Island, he would produce out there. Like that was like the last show that I did before COVID. Like people were showing up with like rubber gloves and shit. And I'm like, how bad is this getting?
Yeah.
Like I thought the news was just blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, here we go. We're going to do some trivia. I'm going to ask some questions. You guys can answer. You guys can answer in the comments. And then I don't give the answers right away. I go through all the questions, and then I go back. We ask them again. We go through everybody's answers and make fun of you for the bad ones and give out the real ones. All right. What color are the stars on the United States of America flag?
White.
Nice, easy one for you. What used to go round at 33 1/3 RPM?
The RPM meter? Wait, say that again?
What used to go round at 33 1/3 RPM?
A merry-go-round. I feel like you stressed
These
that
are like,
word round.
These are like riddles.
Yeah.
No, I'm just showing my age.
Tony's like a bridge troll.
Yeah, that's the thing with people who are like older. They have like riddles. I'm like
this isn't a riddle. This isn't a riddle.
You know what always got me? They're like, hey, the guy is standing, he's hanging himself, and he's under a big puddle of water. What is it? And I was like, I don't fucking know, dude. Like, it's a block of ice, you dumb millennial. And I'm just like, all right, how about I kick your ass? How about that? Fucking still. And I would just be mad because I would remember it and then I'd forget the answer. Whatever. Just salty about not being good at riddles.
That's okay. So what's your guess? Something goes around 33.
Bro, I don't even know. I have no idea.
Right.
Oh, I'm so old. All right. All right, this one I think you will get. Diana Prince. Who is that?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman says you.
Ooh, yeah, you got me. I would not have.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Next question. The Heisman Trophy is presented in which sport?
Football.
Okay.
Football.
Let's see. Name the 3 rockers who sang the song "All for Love." This is going back to the 90s.
Oh fuck! I know this one. All for Love. Was it an 80s group, but they're still around the 90s?
There are 3 separate artists who came together to sing this song. It was for a movie.
Like a supergroup type of thing?
Yeah, it was just a one-off thing for a movie soundtrack.
Oh my god! Like I know like what they look
and
like.
they all 3 of them are still around today.
I know what they're all still. I know what they look like. I can't fucking remember.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
All right.
Is there a hint on what movie?
You know what? I don't even remember.
No.
I want to say Three Musketeers or some shit like that. I don't even know.
I'm literally. There was a video for it too, like a
Yes.
music video.
Yes.
Oh fuck! I know the video.
These guys were probably in their prime in the 80s. Maybe 90s too, maybe. All right, next question. What is a moab? M-O-A-B. Is it a type of hat? Is it a type of sloth? Is it a brand of car tires?
car tire.
Wait, give me the options again. I know moab is something else.
Moab. M-O-A-B. Is it a type of hat? Is it a type of sloth? Is it a brand of car tires?
I'm changing. I'm going hat.
All right. I'll say car tires, but I'm used to the definition of mother of all bombs.
Mother of all bombs. Is that like a MILF?
No.
Like
It's like an actual bomb.
Oh.
It's like a military thing.
Oh, like an actual. I thought you meant like doing bad on stage.
Yeah, no. It's I'm sure people have used it that way. Yeah. Andy chimed in. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Andy. Okay, let's see. All right, hang on. I screwed up. Okay. So, all right, next question. In October 1976, Marvel created a superhero specifically for the British market. The new superhero debuted exclusively in the UK with what name?
Captain Britain.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he knows his
I'm
a Marvel guy.
You know your superheroes? And shit?
Yeah, I'm a big comic book guy. I got stacks of them at home.
What was the first known proto-comic book magazine in the U.S. called?
The first.
If you get this, I'll be very impressed.
What was it?
The first proto-comic book magazine in the U.S. I guess that just means the first comic book?
Oh, it's not something that like I would read, but I want to say Archie.
All right. You have nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
Babe Ruth began his baseball career as a what?
Yankee. He was always a Yankee, wasn't he?
No. Are you looking for the team or the position?
I'll take both.
Because he started in Boston.
Really?
He got traded.
Oh yeah, there was the whole thing where they traded him and then he won.
That was the curse. The
and
curse
the
of
bear. That's what it was.
Curse of the
curse
Bambino.
Of the babe or Bambino.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
what it
say
is.
that he
Okay.
started also as a pitcher. But I don't know. I'm more confident about the Boston answer.
All right.
Being hung up on something like that is such like an Irish move. Just like, see, that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
we'll never come
We're
back.
fucking cursed. This is why God hates
We'll
us.
never come back. I'm just gonna stomp around and work 100 hours a week.
Yeah,
And
none,
just-
none of you going to church anymore. Don't put $1 in that basket.
Fucking shit. He did something. I remember my mom's really Irish. I remember just real quick. She was like there's so much shame. Like I remember one time I missed this like fireworks show.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I caught the tail end of it, and she was just like, I was like, oh, well, I'll have to wait till next year. And she's like, yeah, you can wait till next year, but it'll never be the same as this year. Okay? And
Yeah.
no matter how much you try, every time you miss something, it's never the same.
And I don't even want you to come now.
I was like, Jesus, fucking relax.
All right, last question. The average male orgasm lasts how many seconds? And the average female orgasm lasts how many seconds?
Females way longer.
Yeah, it's got to be way longer. I'm
Male.
going 3 to 5. I'll give you a roundabout 3 to
Okay.
5 seconds for a male.
Okay.
You think that's accurate?
I was gonna say 10 seconds
10?
for a male. Woman,
I could see 10
woman, 11 years.
if you do it right,
11 years.
and you got to change some laundry.
Yeah, so you gotta get you
gotta do the
You gotta
sheets.
buff your car out.
Yeah.
And, you gotta buff the fucking scratch out of your car. And
I was gonna say like 45 seconds to a minute for a woman.
Wow.
I was gonna say it's like 2.5 minutes.
2.5
I'm
minutes.
gonna say 3 minutes for a woman.
I could see that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3 minutes for a woman, and 10 seconds for a guy. Is what I'm saying.
You guys have been with some good women. All right. So let me scroll back and see your answers up here. Let's see. Okay. So, what color are the stars on the United States of America flag? Of course, everybody got white.
That was a nice, easy one. What used to go around at 33 1/3 RPM? These guys are so young. They're thinking it's a. This is probably a telemarketer, but I'll take it anyway. Oh, and they're gone. All right, never mind. It's not. It wasn't a riddle of any kind. The answer I was looking for, which let's see, Vicky got it right. Ken Pichelle got it right.
Well, it wasn't a riddle of any.
Andy Pagano it wasn't. I'm looking for records.
Records,
an
yeah.
album.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm so old that you guys didn't even know that.
Oh, man.
That's all. That's all
I
it
feel
was.
like an idiot.
I thought it was a merry-go-round because you like go round. And I'm like,
Well, if it makes me look any older, I have been thinking about investing in an album because if you've ever seen or heard an album, the sound, there's a difference.
There's totally a difference.
I love music. There's a difference.
I'm still a CD guy because I think the sound is the best.
Yeah,
out of those.
if I had money for another hobby, I would definitely get a vinyl
fat
hobby.
vinyl?
Yeah.
All right. Diana Prince was also known as. Andy Bajano says yes. The stars were white like all you guys. Let's see. White. Fremder says Andrew's mustache. Oh my goodness. Yes. Vicky says Wonder Woman. Ken Pichelle said Wonder Woman. Yes. Hugh said Wonder Woman. Yes, that is correct.
Nailed it.
The Heisman Trophy presented in what sport? Yep, everybody. Fremder said getting stoned, but yes, football is correct. College football. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Name the 3 rockers who sang the song "All for Love." And I don't remember what movie it was.
I want to know this. It was like on the tip of my tongue.
Vicky got 2 out of 3. Bryan Adams and Sting. That's correct. But who's the third? Ken Pichelle, Peter Cetera, Cher, and Weird Al. No. Plajanos, Bryan Adams, Sting, and Hyman Lipschitz. All right, so you guys are missing Rod Stewart.
Oh.
Bryan Adams, Sting, and Rod Stewart.
I'm not. Keegan would have got that. He likes those people.
Keegan's into that stuff.
He loves like 80s hair metal too.
Yeah, hair metal.
I didn't know that about. Like when I first found that out, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
At the holiday party in January, they're playing the house music, and there's Keegan dancing. Which I'd never. That was like I never thought I'd see that in my life.
Well, that's why when he was like, "I love '80s hair metal," I'm like, well, that kind of requires moving. Like,
but he was doing like Backstreet Boys type shit. And
wow.
Yeah, I was fucking floored. I thought I was high.
I just had him on my show. He looks like he looks like he lost like a bit of weight.
Yes, he has. He has lost a lot of weight.
You forget that he's like a short guy because when he is full blown, it's like he's a big dude.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, you're actually like a small guy.
Yeah, he's starting to look slimmed up.
Yep,
yeah.
he looks good. Him and Hirschman just last night. Talking with me, the 3 of us might go see James Taylor, and I'm like, "Are we gay?" Like,
it's a little gay.
It was the weirdest thing.
We gay, dude?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Gay, bro?
What is a mobe? Is it a type of hat, a type of sloth, a brand of car tires? Travis said hat. Hugh said tires. Kirsten says hat. Ken Pichelle says hat. Plajanos, mother of all bombs.
Hat.
Vicky says it's a scarf thing, so it's a hat. I don't know what that means. Mother of all boobs. All right. Myrtle Beach Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah, I think they call it Moab. That's what Andy's saying there.
Moab.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Moab?
I think that's how they pronounce it.
So does that help your answer if I say Moab?
Moab.
No, that's what the like mother of all bombs. That's what how the military would say it.
Okay. Well, yeah, it is a type of hat. It's a type
It's a
of
hat. You nailed
hat.
one.
Yep, Travis got one right.
Boom.
And you got one right so far too, I believe, right?
I got
no.
two.
Well, you both got the American flag. You both got so you tied it
All
too.
right, okay, we got 2.
Very impressive. In '76, Marvel created a superhero specifically for the British market. What was his name?
Captain Britain.
Captain Britain is correct.
Brian Braddock himself.
That was his person name.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, when he's not Captain Britain, that's his alter ego. He's actually the cousin of Psylocke, the X-Man.
Oh
shit.
Yeah, the hot chick
so like lineage type shit.
Yeah. Olivia Munn played her in the movie.
Wow. Andy got it right too, by the way. Andy Plajanos got it right. Andy is not in with me on Friday. Andy, I'm going to hold this all day on Friday.
Andy.
I'm just going to put it right here.
Love Andy.
Oh, Andy's the best. Let's see. What was the first comic book magazine in the U.S. called? Hugh said Archie.
Archie.
Let's see. Vicky agrees with you. Ken Pichelle says Mad Magazine. You're all wrong. It was called The Yellow Kid in McFadden's Flats.
Oh, yeah, I never would have got that.
Came out in 1897.
Oh, way later. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I never would have gotten that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Heard of it.
That's wild.
I didn't know how good you were with your comic book.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth began his MLB career as what? So you both got,
I said Yankees.
You said Yankee, but you then remembered when Hugh said Boston. And yes, Plagano says Baltimore. Not that I know of. I have Boston.
Baltimore's what, Orioles? Baltimore?
Yeah. And
Fucking
yes,
birds.
and he was a pitcher. Yeah, so a bunch of you got that right. Vicky says catcher. No, that's a whole different.
Who was always a Yankee? Mantle?
Mantle.
Mantle.
Yeah.
Mantle was always a Yankee,
that's,
yeah.
I think who I was thinking
Mantle, I think Lou Gehrig, DiMaggio, right? They were all Yankees for like their whole career.
Yeah.
Yo, what's Lou Gehrig's disease?
ALS.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like that degenerative muscle.
That's the one that people dumping water on their heads?
Yeah, years ago.
Maybe. Thanks.
Yeah, dude, I would fucking hate to have a disease named after me.
Yeah, right.
That's my legacy.
I've seen people do that.
Just remember me for the baseball, all right?
He's like, what about his home runs? No, the disease.
No, the thing that killed him. It's very similar to like the cross with Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Yeah, there are some churches that are trying to steer you away from that.
Yeah.
From that image.
That was
yeah.
you ever see the story about Marcus Luttrell? It's like a lone survivor where he's like him and his, it's like a Navy SEAL group.
Oh yeah.
And then like he run, and then like Taliban, and the Taliban chasing him through like
Is
woods.
that with Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
And like the real guy, he's like, yeah, every time people see me, they just want to talk about like the worst week of my life.
Yep.
He's like, you want to just ask me about like football, maybe? And
Yeah.
maybe you guys like dogs, just got a new dog.
Holy
and they're like,
shit.
no, the worst week of your life.
I did last year at my old high school. In fact, I think we were just talking about it on the show the other day. They dedicated the auditorium to an old teacher, and this was actually Billy Joel's music teacher. They were naming the auditorium after him, right? So they had a bunch of people come and speak.
Yeah.
And I was there, and they had this one guy, a guy I went to school with. He was, I think, he might be the only one, actually. He's one of a handful that was in, he was a fireman in the city. He was in both towers when they collapsed, and he survived. He's one of, I think, he's either the only one or just a handful of people that were actually in and survived. So we're at this nice occasion. They're dedicating this thing, and this guy is going to speak. This guy I was just telling you about. So that's how they introduce him. So the next speaker was a fireman who survived 9/11. And sure enough, he comes up. That's the first thing he says. He goes, "That is the last thing I wanted to be introduced with."
Yeah.
And
And you probably hear it all
the time.
Nonstop.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would check that man for superpowers.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
super. Absolutely.
Jesus, was what they saved him from like the rubble.
I don't know those intimate details, but I do believe. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think he ran out. I think they had to save him, at least out of one of the buildings. Yeah.
Christ.
But he was definitely in both. Yeah.
That is fucking horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Because that's like you're like 30 feet under, and
Oh, right, sure.
you're not moving.
For
Right.
sure.
Like
You can't.
an inch. You're not moving an inch.
No.
So fuck Rubenstein. Next time you're down and out, think about that.
Yeah. That's like my biggest fear is I'll be like given the gift of immortality and then just be like buried under something and can't move.
Yeah.
But like I can't die either.
Oh my goodness.
That's like the Wolverine curse.
yeah, the Wolverine, yeah.
Like you just gotta see all
They
your
did
friends.
like a whole episode on like of Doctor Who on that.
Really?
Yeah, and it scared the shit out of me.
Oh my goodness. He turned left and everyone went right, says Vicky. Yeah, Vicky knows the guy too. Okay. Last question. The average male orgasm lasts how many seconds? The average female orgasm lasts how many seconds? Hugh said 3 to 5 for the guys, 45 to 60 for the girls, which is why we need to talk about your sex life if that's what you're experiencing. Travis said 10 seconds for the male, 11 years or 3 minutes for the ladies. Let's see. What did you guys say?
I said? I said 10 seconds for 10 seconds for guys.
Yeah.
3 minutes for
3
girls.
minutes for
Yeah.
girls, yeah. Let's see. Kirsten, 5 seconds for men, 60 seconds for women. Ken Pichelle says 5.
Jessica Kirsten? Said
No,
Kirsten?
Kirsten. Is her,
Kirsten.
That's her first name. Jessica Kirsten does not come in here. It's a running joke. She's committed to coming in here probably about maybe 10 or 11 times, no exaggeration, and she has yet to show up.
She's like your Matt Damon. Like
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel, yeah.
Exactly. And she used to actually do her podcast and record it in here.
Really?
So we thought we were like in good with her, and we thought, but then she just dropped us. But we still love her. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah.
Very sweet woman. Because usually you see
Very
someone
funny.
like that high up, and they're usually like they could be like,
Yes.
not at all with her.
Oh,
dude.
no,
She
she's great.
Takes the time to talk to you and like,
Yep.
breaks things down. I was like,
And she doesn't bullshit. She's blunt but cool about it.
I have
she's
nothing.
great.
I have nothing but good things to say about that woman.
Yep, absolutely.
Nothing but
Yeah.
good things.
Let's
Super
see. Plajanos, 5 seconds and false. Vicky says a man 7 seconds, woman 45. Fremder, man 6 minutes, woman 9 minutes. Oh my goodness.
He was making a 69 joke.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that Fremder. Bam. So it's
Fucking 420, 69, blaze up.
Oh, what's good? I have sex and smoke weed.
it is 6 seconds for a guy, 20 seconds for a girl.
Really? I thought
God.
girls would be way. Actually, at 3 minutes, a bit aggressive. Just like
It's like, shut up after a while.
because like 3 minutes is like enough for me to like start watching TV.
That's like half an open mic.
I'd be like, you're still going? Jesus Christ!
Or in Brian Paul's case on New Year's, that's his whole set.
Yeah. Poor Brian Paul.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm ratting Marissa out, huh?
What's that?
60 seconds. I'm
Yeah, you
ratting
just
Marissa
did. I know.
out. Yeah.
Now I love the girl even more without ever meeting her. Let's see. My favorite baseball team are the Baltimore Orioles. All right. Let's see. That happens to a character in American Horror Story. Coven. What? Outside of immortality, super smell is the worst superpower.
Well, American Horror Story is a show on
Right.
Netflix or
FX.
FX. Yeah, it was FX or
FX.
something. I haven't gotten into it, but that's what everyone keeps telling me is really
People
good.
say that I look like the guy Evan Peters.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no. You know, like, you look like him, and you're always just like, no. But then, like,
Yeah.
I saw him, I was like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah,
like,
he's a good-looking dude.
From a side thing,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh shit, dude.
He's a good looking dude. That's a compliment. Really good actor. I like
He
almost
is.
everything.
He's
yeah.
really fucking good.
Yeah, he crushed it with Dahmer. But I watched some other show that he was on too. Mayor of Easttown. He was like really good in that.
Yeah.
You watch Kaleidoscope? Did I ask you about that?
I started. That's with
Gus Fring from
Gus
Breaking Bad.
Fring, yeah,
Oh, he's
I
pretty
started
good.
to. I got to
John,
read it back.
John Marco,
Esposito?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, John Carlo.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He
was ripped up. I saw him in like an old movie, like just by happen. I was like, oh, is that fucking Gus? In his day, he was.
Really?
He
That
was
was a big dude.
not like big, but like he was shredded.
Yeah.
Because he was in The Usual Suspects, and he was like really tiny there.
It was something. It was like
I
a
don't know why
movie.
I went
It was
like
like a
that.
movie
Was
from
he?
like the early.
I was
80s.
watching that like semi recently. I can't remember him in that.
What, Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
He's the cop that goes to the hospital to get the sketch done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it a little
Oh,
more closely.
what a great
now.
movie.
Such a good movie, man.
Love that movie.
Gotta be one of like the top. I would say top 3 twist endings like
Yes.
of all time.
Yep.
Like with that, like in like the Sixth Sense, are like the 2 that comes to mind like real fast.
And the Naked Gun.
Nick.
That movie's hilarious. Those
Yeah.
movies are
It's my
so-
favorite movie of all time.
Me and
Yeah.
our friend, like we followed like it was like Instagram, like just all clips of fucking what's his name?
Yeah.
The
Leslie Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen, yeah.
And it was like, dude, just
So
such
funny.
whap over the head type shit,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
so fucking hilarious.
With The Usual Suspects, I had actually Kevin Pollak on here once.
Oh,
Oh,
It
really?
was all Zoom, but
Yeah,
still
yeah.
freaking really cool to talk to him.
That is
He was
cool.
great too. He was great. Dana says you look like Dandy from Freak Show. I don't know who she's talking. I don't know who Dandy is. But
Is that a American Horror Story
I don't
reference?
know, Danny from Freak. I mean, Freak Show is.
I don't even know
one
who
of
she's
the-
talking about either. So.
Let's see.
I never know what Dana's talking about.
Yeah.
Dandy-
Dana doesn't know what Dana's talking about.
Unless she's beating up Will Romero, then I know
Yeah.
what she's talking about. All right. So, all right. What do we got? What do you got coming up?
Tonight I'll be at Crabtree's in Huntington.
Oh, this guy. This is Dandy Freak Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
so who looked?
I
Which
don't-
one of
I
us
mean,
looks like him?
I don't know. I don't think any of us do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dana, you look like Dandy.
I'll take it. He's a hot guy.
I got some stuff coming up, but yeah, tonight I'll be at Crabtree's, and the 20th. Friend me on Facebook or Instagram at the Logic, and I'll get more details about. Hold on, let me just look it up real quick.
Yeah, sure.
We'll plug Dana's show. So we got the Dope Comedy Jam Thursday, 420 in Holbrook. Give me a follow or something, and
there's like some kind of secret, like the location isn't public or some shit.
Yeah, the tickets are. I think the tickets went up yesterday, but yeah, that should be a fun show. I think Friday I'm gonna be in Huntington at Industry. So I got a couple things this week because now I'm freshly fucking unemployed. So I reached out to a few people.
Good news.
Yeah, so we're going to up the comedy a little bit and see what happens.
So, yeah, if anybody's looking for an escort, Hugh is available.
Yep. And next week we'll get into Marissa and I's sex life because we'll gonna get an OnlyFans going because I gotta pay my bills.
All right, Travis, what do you got?
You know what? Just follow me on Instagram, Trav_Grant. It's Trav_Grant, and Facebook, Travis Grant. That's
cool.
all. That's all.
All right.
I know it may look like I may not know who you guys are.
Sorry.
Try.
He doesn't have fans. He has friends.
I try.
That's
I
right.
try. If you
fans is short for fanatic.
If you approach me after the show, I will have a drinky and hang out and get to know you. I promise. I promise.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. Everybody enjoy the rest of their Tuesday. What's today? So Hershey and the Keeks tonight at 9 o'clock on the YouTube channel. Tim Saliani actually will be sitting in this chair engineering their show for them.
Guys, thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. You got to come back. This was a lot of fun.
I'll definitely come back.
So that's tonight. And then tomorrow, of course, you got Circling the Drain at 7. You got Why You Like This at 8:30 tomorrow. We're not here tomorrow, but then I'll be back here on Thursday. Brandon Lacaruba and Rob White will be here with me on Thursday. That'll be fun.
I like both of those.
Cucaracha.
Two funny dudes, and of course you, Tony. Thanks, Fremder. Thanks a lot. You're a prick. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today, and I'll see you next week, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That'll be good.
Yeah, I mean he's got nothing else to do now. So.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys later. See ya.
Got it.